Hello everyone, what is up? In this video I will be continuing my Mortal Kombat 11 coverage updates. I will be doing a brief recap of what we know so far about the development of the game, and then I will be looking at what we can realistically expect from Mortal Kombat 11 as well. I have a ton of information coming up for everyone, so don't go anywhere. If you are a Mortal Kombat fan, stay right there. All of this and more coming up right after this. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here on my channel, welcome. Thanks for visiting. Please take the time to smash that subscribe button, click the like button, and say hello through the comments. I would love to hear from you. Also, if you are a returning visitor, a huge thanks for returning and continuing your support. Please leave feedback in the comments section and let me know your thoughts about the channel. Now everyone, let's go ahead and get right into the video. In the first part of the video, I would like to discuss everything we know so far and the details that have been confirmed. I am going to start with the interview Ed Boon gave to the Brazil Game Show 2017 this year. I covered this information in my last Mortal Kombat 11 update video, but I am going to reiterate it just for any new visitors who haven't seen my prior videos. While attending the Brazil Game Show 2017, Ed Boon was put on the spot and asked directly whether or not Mortal Kombat 11 was currently in development. Initially, Ed Boon responded with the traditional quote-unquote game developer response of, well, I can't reveal that and I can't talk about it. But afterwards, he finally gave us a response we've been waiting for. He responded saying that if you follow our pattern of development, Mortal Kombat 9, Injustice, Mortal Kombat 10, Injustice 2, then you can probably guess what we are currently working on. So basically, Ed Boon confirmed that Mortal Kombat 11 is currently in production just by saying it in his own special way. Also, Ed Boon went on to share even more information about the upcoming game title. When asked if the studio would be borrowing elements from past storylines for Mortal Kombat 11 such as Armageddon, Deadly Alliance, or Deception, Ed Boon shared that for the game they would be creating an entirely new storyline. There will be no borrowing from or reviving of old storylines. This is important to note because there is a current supposed leak and rumor going around that Mortal Kombat 11 will be borrowing from the Deception/Armageddon storylines. We now know conclusively that NetherRealm Studios plans to do an entirely new storyline for Mortal Kombat 11. I suspect the commentators at the Brazil Game Show were true Mortal Kombat fans because their line of questions were very thorough and addressed every major issue that fans really want to know. They went on to ask Ed Boon about the possibility of a sequel to Shaolin Monks, as well as a prequel to the franchise. Ed Boon was very open and candid in answering. He opened up about the inner workings of NetherRealm Studios and how they regularly sit down and have open discussions about both a Shaolin Monks 2 title as well as a Mortal Kombat prequel. He even went so far as to share that they did have a working title for a prequel game called Mortal Kombat 0. Ed basically said that these game concepts were constantly in a state of semi-development as they toss around ideas concerning them, but it came down to the fact that the studio isn't able to release all these titles all at once. They of course have time constraints, and the assumption is that the studio has to focus on their harder hitting moneymakers, which of course would be the traditional fighting titles such as Mortal Kombat and Injustice. And now I would like to move on to the second part of the video where I discuss what can we realistically expect from Mortal Kombat 11. I place emphasis on the term realistically because I believe we are currently at a state of development with the game where many are throwing out a lot of theories, assumptions, and supposedly leaked information. What I want to do is analyze the decisions and actions on the part of the developers over the years, look at the patterns, and use that to arrive at conclusions that will help us to know what to expect from a developmental perspective. So once again, don't expect any bold claims. I don't plan on jumping out the window with super high allegations. Everything presented here will be basic, simple, and clear. My first subpoint would be that we can realistically expect a return of foundational characters. Now the reason I highlight this is because over the years, character selections have proven to be so key to the success of the MK franchise, and I believe NetherRealm has learned their lesson over the years from errors ranging from leaving key characters out to adding utterly pointless characters in. Mortal Kombat 3 performed so poorly upon release, NetherRealm had to release a follow-up quickly to offset the commercial failure of the game, which was Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. This was largely due to the massive turnover turnover of characters that happened, and as the franchise progressed into the 2000s, NetherRealm continued to experiment with the roster. Each 2000 title game saw an unprecedented amount of new characters, many of whom added nothing to the storylines, to the game quality, and ultimately to the franchise. This is worth noting, especially due to the fact that upon the reboot of the game series in 2011, almost all of the new characters which appeared in the 2000 games were totally shut out, many of whom didn't even return for the MKX installment as well, which sends a very clear message that NetherRealm realized the value of having foundational characters that would consistently be present and playable, and to not deviate from that formula. So going back to my original subpoint, we can realistically expect a return of foundational characters. I am going to list the foundational characters, and then afterwards I will explain my selections: Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Kitana, Liu Kang, Cassie Cage. The reason I included Scorpion is because Scorpion is the most popular character in the entire MK series. For anyone who played MKX Online, I am certain you noticed that while there might have been a handful of people using certain characters, over 70 to 80% of online players were using or maining Scorpion. Also, if you've taken the time to notice, Scorpion is the studio icon for NetherRealm Studios. Whenever a NetherRealm game boots up, whether it's a Mortal Kombat title or not, you immediately see the silhouette of Scorpion with his spear hanging down from his hands. Scorpion is going nowhere. He will be in Mortal Kombat 11. The reason why I included Sub-Zero is because Sub-Zero is incredibly popular and is arguably the second most popular character next to Scorpion. In the cinematic release trailer for Mortal Kombat X, Sub-Zero and Scorpion are the chosen fighters depicted in the epic fighting scene in the woods. There is a reason why Sub-Zero and Scorpion were chosen for that fight sequence. Both of these characters are the poster characters for the franchise. Also, upon startup of Mortal Kombat X, when you arrive at the main character select screen, the cursors are set at Scorpion on the left and Sub-Zero on the right by default. This is no accident. NetherRealm Studio intentionally selected these two characters because they are the most popular, the most played, and the most user-friendly for both casual and pro gamers alike. The reason I included Raiden is because Raiden always plays a critical role in almost every Mortal Kombat storyline. That is probably due to the fact that he is supposed to be Earthrealm's protector, and with the Mortal Kombat tournament, Earthrealm's safety is always being jeopardized or compromised. But I especially include him because at the ending of Mortal Kombat X, Raiden is seen giving a profound speech, one where he declares that he will no longer simply protect Earthrealm, but that he will now actively destroy all who threaten it. It would appear that Raiden is now taking on an aggressor role. Some have even speculated that Raiden will be the boss and villain of Mortal Kombat 11. I can neither confirm nor deny that, but what is worthy to note is the fact that Raiden was dressed in all black, and he is now in possession of Shinnok's amulet, which was now pinned and decorated upon his shoulder. Because this is the official ending of Mortal Kombat X and not a character storyline ending, I believe it is canon and will continue on as a plot within Mortal Kombat 11 that still needs to be resolved. Also, with the appearance of Shinnok's amulet upon his shoulder, that may signify a new brand of corruption within Raiden. The reason I included Kitana and Liu Kang on my list is because by the end of Mortal Kombat X, they are established as the new king and queen of the NetherRealm. Not only that, but Raiden confirms this in his speech by addressing them as the new rulers of the NetherRealm. The suggestion here is that Kitana and Liu Kang are now enemies of Raiden, and that he will not hesitate to make war against them. I find it highly unlikely that NetherRealm Studios would position them as king and queen of the NetherRealm and then totally abandon this particular storyline, especially since it was the official ending of Mortal Kombat X. For anyone who follows NetherRealm Studios or Mortal Kombat, you will know that all character endings within a game don't always turn out to be the official storyline for the resulting games or go on to become canon endings for the series. Most character endings, for example, when you defeat the game with a character and see their ending, are just entertainment for that particular game being played. But Kitana and Liu Kang are now involved in a storyline that has become the official ending for the Mortal Kombat X game itself. So I speculate this theme of them ruling the NetherRealm will continue on into Mortal Kombat 11. Now, whether they remain playable or not remains to be seen. And finally, the reason I included Cassie Cage is because the developers went to great lengths to position Cassie as a hero and victor over Shinnok in Mortal Kombat X. No matter who your favorite character is or who you used in Tower Mode to defeat Shinnok, in the story mode, the character who is playable for the final scene to defeat Shinnok is Cassie Cage. The way the story mode ends with Cassie being congratulated by her parents and being hailed as the overall champion of the entire invasion is indicative of the fact that NetherRealm clearly had an agenda to establish her as a character with longevity. Once again, I don't believe the studio would put so much effort over one character, have them defeat the main boss in the story mode, be hailed as a champion, and then drop them like a bad habit. If she defeated Shinnok in the story mode, then that story will probably become what is canon for MK currently, and she will most likely have a return. I think it would be a shame for her to not return after they have made such an investment in trying to establish her as a new character. Alright everyone, this concludes part 1 of this Mortal Kombat 11 update. In part 2, I plan to cover the continuation of subplots that began in Mortal Kombat 9, extended into Mortal Kombat 10, and will likely resurface in Mortal Kombat 11. I will also discuss some character endings from Mortal Kombat 10 which could possibly become canon and may go on to surface in Mortal Kombat 11 as well. If you enjoyed the content, please make sure you smash that subscribe button, click the like button, and say hi in the comments. I will see you in the next video. Astronaut out.